singing's allowed, no talking.
So here's the picture, and I'm going to go open a new window. And that'll let me save it. Maybe I could have right-clicked it and saved it as well. I'm going to click download, and I'm going to save it where all my Turing stuff is. It needs to be in the same folder where my project is. So save it under Turing. Great. Now, I'm going to go to Turing and start a new project. Save it. I don't have any code in it yet. As a matter of fact, I believe the GIF animation assignment has some beginning code here. Okay. It's called game template, so I'm going to download that as well. I'm going to save that in the same drive. Now, if I click all files here, I can see that that kick file is there. Okay. So I've downloaded it. I'm going to open it. And there I am, game template. Perfect. This is a really basic template where there actually is a keyboard. There's something moving on the screen. It's a purple circle. I don't need any of that purple circle stuff, right? Probably delete all that. I have it right now so that it can put a character on the screen, the letter T if I press T, so it does the keyboard code. But I want to put my picture of Victor Kick in there. Okay? So let's do that. We're going to go to help. We're going to learn how to open that picture first. I believe it is under pic. P-I-C. Now, there's a bunch here. Okay. There was file new, but today we have to choose a different one. We have to choose file new frames. Look at this. Creates an array of pictures from a multi-frame GIF. So we're going to use that command today. And it reads pic.filenewFrames loads multiple pictures stored into a single GIF image. So I believe we're just going to copy this code, I guess. Okay. Their little example code. We'll copy and paste it into our code. Right? And so I'm going to come into my code here. That's good. Close that. Okay. I lost my Turing code. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so where did I get that from again? I got it from F10 under index pic, and it was called pic.filenewFrames. I don't see it now. File new frames. There we go. That's where I got that code. Just copied their code, and I'm just going to paste it and see if it works for mine. Obviously, I have a different name for my picture. However, I don't want to do it in a loop. Would I ever want to load files inside of a loop that's running 60 times a second? No. Okay, I would not want to do that. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste this in there. Great. Now it'll probably give me an error because I don't have a picture called my pic. Okay. What is that? Shouldn't that be int? A bit of a typo there. Okay. Well, maybe it's colon equal. Let's try it. Okay, so it already gives me a problem. It's basically trying to tell me that it couldn't open this picture. So I got to figure out the name of my picture. I'm going to go to my X drive where it's saved. under Turing. It's called Victor Kick. One quick way is to hit rename and then just copy the name. I like to do that. Or you could rename it even something simpler. I'm going to run that. Let's see if it gives me an error. I'd also probably have to do it here as well. So what it's trying to do is figure out how many pictures are in that one little image, and then it's going to hopefully save all of them together. It runs. That's good. Let me put down on the screen some of these variables it made. Put num frames. Apparently this is going to tell me how many pictures are inside this little image. There's 16 pictures inside of that image. Okay. So then what it does is it makes a variable that can hold 16 things. Okay. And then it makes, it stores all of those 16 pictures in their own variables. So I could draw these. I could go pick.draw. And I need to give it the name of any picture I want. So how does pick.draw work again? Let's look. Pick.draw. You give it the name of a picture ID, then you give it the X and Y where you want it, and then the mode. The mode being one of these three words. I'm going to use pick copy for everything. But I'm going to go here and go pick.draw, and then I'm going to write pics, and I want to draw the first one in my list, so I just write in brackets 1. I'll give it an X and a Y. I want mine in the middle of the screen, and I think the word that it wanted me to write was pick copy. Pick copy, yeah. So this will draw the first Victor on the screen, hopefully. Oh, it's pink in the background. So maybe pick copy wasn't the right one. Maybe I want, that's pick copy. I want pick merge. See that? Pick merge. I want it pick merge instead of pick copy. Pick merge. Try to blend it in with my background. There he is. There's old Victor. Okay. If I want the second picture from the GIF, there's 16 of them, I just write 2. That's the second picture. Okay. If I want the third picture, I write 3. There's the third picture. If I want the fourth picture, I write 4. This is a variable that can hold more than one thing, so it's under the name pics, but there's 16 of them. I could write 16 here, and that'll be the last picture. Okay? If I write 17, it will complain and say that picture doesn't exist. Okay? Your array, your variable is out of bounds. So what if I could get this number to just go between 1 and 16 constantly? Let's try and do that. I'm going to go int counter, colon, or var counter, right? Colon int, colon equals, I want it to start out at 1. And then I want it to go up each frame, maybe after my program is done drawing it. Okay, so I'll go counter plus equals 1. You don't need a semicolon. Okay, so it's going to go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 to 10. But if it gets to 17, it's going to crash. So I just have to put an if statement in here. Shh! Be quiet back there. If counter is ever greater than 60, right? Then, actually I don't need brackets. Still in C++ mode here. If counter is ever greater than 16, then counter should go back to 1. Counter equals 1. And if. Now this guy should just zoom through all his pictures. If I can put counter in here instead of... Boom. It's too fast though. Okay, but it is going through all the pictures. Okay. So that's good. And if I put counter on the screen here somewhere, we'll be able to see it go from 1 to 2 to 3. See it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 16 and back and forth and back. So it's counting too fast. It's counting 60 times a second, right? So it's way too fast. He's freaking out. So I have a trick for that. Okay. I'm going to get rid of this if statement totally. Okay. And I'm just going to put the first picture on the screen like that again. It's just regular Victor. You can see that number counting up. Right? It's cut off a little bit, but you can see it flying up there. Here's a trick. If I put counter and then I go mod 16, that is the remainder function in Turing. And that's going to print the numbers 0 through 15 on the screen. Okay, but I want 1 through 16. So if you take a number, any big number, and divide it by 16, the remainder will always be between 0 and 15. So that's what that mod does. It's a little shortcut, so we don't need to make an if statement. And then if I go +1 after that, it will always be a number between 1 and 16. So I don't need an if statement anymore. Okay, so that's great. But instead, I have to put this inside my brackets, this math. And now Victor will kick just as fast as he always did. Really, really fast. However, the nice thing now is I can slow down counter by dividing it. But I have to use the word div, because it has to be integer division. Kind of like that question where we took the change and then found the remainder. So if I divide it by 2 before I do it, it will slow him down twice as slow. There, he's twice as slow now. If I want him 3, he's 3 times as slow now. Okay? And all it's doing is just updating him. Basically, it's updating his picture like 20 times a second. Looks cool, eh? You can even see the veins in his legs and stuff. If I wanted to move him here, I could make this a variable. Var x equals int equals x, right? Equals 400, sorry. And I could put x here. And I could say if I press the T key, make x go up by 1 or something. This will make him move. Look. Gah. I think you can even flip him too. You can flip all of his pictures too. Can't remember how to do that, but it's not that hard. I think. Let me go under help. And it's pick.mirror? Pick.mirror. Yeah, so if I just go. Could I go pick.mirror? And then all of this stuff in brackets. I think it'll flip them. Yeah, look. It's cool, eh? So there's a lot of options. You got to find some older GIFs for the GIF assignment. I'll post this video so you can have a look at it.